I always say this, that firstly, I'm a solution-oriented person, and that's what I think everybody here should aspire to. Go look it up, understand what exactly that means. Where if somebody runs into your car, getting down and punching the person doesn't solve the problem. So, when you think that way, you just think about, okay, I just need to get my car fixed and keep going. You don't need, everything else is a distraction. I hope you get what I'm saying. If you were, let's say you weren't treated fairly, in a specific place, and if your goal is to change the system, that's fine. But then, if your goal is to move on, and the point is you want to get money in your bank account, you want to live a good life, you want to enjoy your job. Do you understand? If you're a solution-oriented person, it cuts out a lot of the crap that comes with a lot of the things that we do, including emotions and things like that. So when I talk about innovation, there's a huge problem around the world where people focus on innovation for innovation's sake. And that is something that I think is a big mistake that we're all doing. You understand? You don't need to be the most innovative person to solve a problem. And innovation is not in the creation of entirely new ideas. It is in the application of ideas and relationships between the research that you've done to solve the problem. That's how I always try to tell people. So if you're coming to Africa to solve a specific problem, reduce the gender gap, help children, things like that, right? Focus on solving the problem. There are probably 200 models out there that have fixed this problem across history in different parts of the world. It does not need to necessarily be new. It just has to be adapted to the context. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. And that's something that I want to really give you guys, let you guys start thinking about that today. You're out there, so you've learned, or you have access, or you're exposed to so many things. I know a lot of people, even our parents, have just taken one thing and then brought it to Ghana and then made a lot of money. That was to make money, which is fine. They focused on solving their problem. We want to do more. So maybe just taking that and bringing it down may not give you as much fulfillment, but it is something you can consider, study, look at the problems that came out of it, look at the resources that they need, then come here, or before you come, do the research. Do these resources tally? Do we have access to those here? What kind of people? Do you understand? But follow the same model and structures. You get what I'm saying? In my company, I tell my team every day, we're a creative agency, but how we're creative is in developing relationships between things that have been done before and making them African. Literally, that's what we do. It makes things so much easier. You get it? Because humans are wired biologically almost the same way across the world. There's a certain way that they're all going to process certain things, sight, sound. Certain things don't change. You understand? So if you just always I need to come up with the world's the next biggest idea. You get it? You will struggle. You get what I'm saying? So I just want to speak on the definition of innovation to ourselves, that innovation is much deeper and much broader than having a new novel idea. Because sometimes ideas generally don't work because you have generated the idea at the wrong time and the wrong environment and the wrong context. Adapting to a problem, not the idea, but solving the problem and creating solutions towards that is a very different perspective and might help you a lot more. So that's just what I want to say about innovation. Yeah.
I just want to add to what all that you said. For me, I feel out here, we have lots of innovative people, but what lacks is the implementation of most of these ideas. I think that's what's lacking here. And then what's also lacking is the systems to help people to adequately deliver on some of the things they want to do. I'm really, really happy. This is my first time here, but I'm really happy with you guys, what you guys are doing here, how you are managing your space and all that. And I think these are some of the things we actually need to happen. We need people to be willing, and agencies and the government and everyone else to be willing to help people who have already started something or who are willing to start something. It's not necessarily to always have to go and, do white collar jobs and all that. So for me, that's what I feel. I feel we need, the implementation is what's lacking, and so we need to hit on that more. That's what I feel.
Thank you. So we're